Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And today we're going to be doing something which we haven't done in a very long time, and I'm going to be telling you guys a scary bedtime story. Oh, mother... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I'm good. Anyway, this is a story called Rings on Her Fingers. So the story of Rings on Her Fingers is a scary story about a grave robber who digs up a woman's corpse and steals her jewelry. It is based on an old folktale found in England and Ireland called The Thievish Sexton. A version of this story was included in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. But enough of the jibber jabber, let's jump right over to the story. Rings on Her Fingers. One day, Florence Wyndham suddenly took ill and slipped into a coma. Despite all the doctors tried to do for her, she eventually died. Her husband was heartbroken. She was buried in a small cemetery about a mile from her home. In the middle of the night, a grave robber broke into the cemetery. He was carrying a lantern and a shovel. He began to dig her up. When his shovel eventually hit wood, he scrambled down into the grave and prized open the coffin. Holding up the lantern, he looked at the corpse inside and saw 2 gold rings on the dead woman's fingers. Taking hold of her cold, dead hand, he began trying to pull off the rings, but they were stuck fast. He decided that the only way to get the gold rings was to cut off her fingers. Taking a knife out of his pocket, he sliced into the finger with the first gold ring, and to his horror, it began to bleed. He heard a rustling sound, and the woman's corpse began to stir. Suddenly, it sat up straight in the coffin. The terrified man jerked backwards and accidentally dropped the lantern. He was left in complete darkness, crouched down in the grave, frozen in fear. Just then, he felt 10 cold fingers around his neck. The man let out a horrible scream and scrambled out of the grave as fast as he could. In a panic, he began running, not daring to look back. Blinded by fear and confusion, he had no idea where he was going. He just kept running through the pitch darkness. In his terror, the man didn't realize that he was fleeing in the wrong direction. He ran headlong over the edge of a cliff and fell down onto the rocks below. He fell onto his own knife, and it stabbed him right through the heart. The thief bled to death at the bottom of the cliff. And that is the end of that, just like it was the end of the thief's life. So I think it's safe to say that the moral of this story is that when you're robbing a grave and the corpse does wake up and it grabs your neck with its skinny, scary, bony, cold, dead fingers, don't, under any circumstances, drop your lantern. You're gonna need to see where you're running. That's the moral of this story. That's the message I got from this. I don't know whether it can mean something else, but that's what I got from it. But I like how it's set like that old. I don't know, maybe it's because it's based in England or Ireland, I guess. It's both. But it's like, it's got that kind of old-fashioned-y feeling to it, like early 1800s sort of like lanterns and shovels, and like there's like a spooky graveyard. Like, it reminds me of like pre-Victorian times, I guess. I don't know, that's the way I was picturing this thing in my head. It didn't feel like modern to me somehow, and I like those kind of stories. Kind of makes it feel more spooky, like in those old-fashioned houses when they have, I was talking about this to my grandma today, is like, I was saying to her, I would love to have one of those like really old-fashioned houses, which is like, all made out of like mahogany wood, and it's like really dark inside and kind of spooky. I would love that. And like everything's got like candles, like candlelight. Like that would be epic. But guys, let me know in the comment section, what did you think of this story? Let me know what the moral was for you. Smash a like on it, and I'll see you guys right back here in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams. Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my social media, or I will fucking die. Oh yeah!